The FortiVoice can store call data such as voicemail, recorded calls, and faxes locally, but the system can also be configured to work with network attached storage or NAS for more storage. The FortiVoice supports the Network File System Protocol, or NFS for short. Let's take a look at how to configure NFS on the popular free NAS solution, TrueNAS, and how to set it up on the FortiVoice. In a web browser, log into TrueNAS. Once logged in, we will first need to enable NFS service. Click on Services in the left-hand menu. Enable NFS under the running column and ensure that Start Automatically has been selected. Under Storage, select Pools and click the Add button. Create New Pool is selected by default, so let's select Create Pool. Here we will need to add a name for the pool in the name field. Select which available disk to use, and then select the arrow button to move the selected disk over to the Data VDEVs section. Once the disk has been moved, you will now be able to select the Create button. On the pop-up, select Confirm, and then Create Pool. Once the pool is created, you will see that it is online and we are ready to move on. Next, select Sharing, then Unix Shares, NFS, and select the Add button. In the path, select the pool you had created earlier. Then select All Directories and Enabled. Then click on Advanced Options. Under Map Root User, select Root. Then under Map Root Group, select No Group. If you would like to set up the ability for users to download certain files from the NFS share on your network, or restrict access to the NFS share to only certain IP addresses, configure the network's authorized networks, authorized hosts, and IP addresses. When complete, select Submit. The NFS share is now created and ready to be used. Make note of the path listed here as it will be needed when configuring the FortiVoice. To configure the NAS storage on the FortiVoice system, go to the IP address of the FortiVoice and log in. In the left-hand menu, select System, then Configuration. Next, click on the Storage tab and select NAS. In the NAS configuration, ensure the NFS is selected, then configure the hostname/IP address field with the IP address of TrueNAS. Next, enter the TrueNAS port. The default is 2049. Next, in the directory field, enter the NFS path that was noted earlier. This is where the FortiVoice will create all of the folders it uses for NAS storage. Lastly, click on Apply. The FortiVoice will then mount to TrueNAS, a process that may take a few minutes. We suggest waiting at least 5 minutes for the mounting process to complete, and then refresh this page. When the process is complete, you will see the status appear, stating OK. This means that the FortiVoice is now connected to and using TrueNAS for storage. Now that the FortiVoice is connected to TrueNAS, and it has created its folder structure, users can be given access over the network to TrueNAS and the files stored there by the FortiVoice. This is useful if users would like to download copies of their voicemails or faxes. In this example, we will be using TrueNAS defaults in guest access, allowing anyone to view the contents. For instructions on creating users and adding them to an access control list, please refer to the documentation provided by TrueNAS. To create the Windows share, you will need to log back into TrueNAS. Select Services, then in the running column, enable SMB, and check the box for Start Automatically. Then select Sharing and Windows Shares. Next, select Add. Here, you can choose which folder to give users access to in the Path section. Click on the arrow beside the MNT folder. Now select which folder you would like to give access to. If you keep clicking on the arrows beside the folders, you will see the FortiVoice individual folder structure. In this example, we'll use the voicemail folder and select Advanced Options. Check the box for Allow Guest Access and click Submit. You'll be asked to configure ACL. Select Configure Now. For the default ACL option, select Open and then Continue. Leave the default as is, scroll down, and select Save. The Windows share is now active and accessible on the network. In Windows File Explorer, enter the IP address of TrueNAS, starting with 2 backslashes. You now have access to the voicemail folder of the FortiVoice. We hope this has helped you to configure FortiVoice with TrueNAS using NFS. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.